It's day 9 on Queen Mary 2, and I want to talk about the food, but it's very difficult to talk about food because it's such a subjective subject. Now, I had read in one of the Facebook groups that I am a member of that the food wasn't all that good, but I came into this with an open mind. Unfortunately, for me, the food, it's just not very good comparing it to the other 55 cruises that I've been on. I've had good food, I've had bad food, but honestly, this food is not good. And today we ate in the buffet for lunch, and my husband, who will eat anything and likes everything, said, "This is the worst cruise food that I've ever had." And I have to agree with him. I hate to say this, and I know that people are going to disagree with me, and I understand that, but this is my opinion, and there's so many good things about this ship that you have to decide what your priority is. Tonight, when we ate in the open dining room, and we got a table right away, I ordered the steak frit because last week at our assigned table, our table mate had ordered it, and she said it was very good, and I really didn't see anything on the menu that I wanted, so I ordered it expecting to get a nice piece of fried steak. It was the chewiest piece of steak I have ever had. It was kind of thick. I couldn't cut it because it was so springy, and I couldn't chew it. I really tried to eat it, but I couldn't eat it. And so, of course, when the waiter asked if I was enjoying it, I had to say no, and he offered to bring me something else like they always do. And at first I said no, but then I realized I was going to be very hungry. So I said, well, my husband had the chicken and he liked it. So he said, okay, I'll bring you the chicken, which he did. The chicken was better. I don't think the chicken was great, but the chicken was better, and I could cut it, and so I ate it, but it's very disappointing. I just wish it was at least a little better. In any case, the ballroom dancing is wonderful. It's just wonderful. And even the disco at night, if there's no one else there, they will play, the live band that plays in there will play ballroom music for us. They recognize us and they know we'll get up and dance. But if there's other people there who are doing freestyle dancing, they'll play for them. It's just wonderful. Also, the entertainment is really to my liking. Some of the ships are gearing their entertainment to a much younger crowd, and the music is very loud and just not enjoyable. The entertainment on Queen Mary for our age group is really perfect. Tonight we listened to one of the most wonderful violinists. They had a trumpet player. They've had a really nice production show with dancing. Just everything has been of good quality, and I think if you're over 70 like I am, you will enjoy it all much more than some of the other cruise ships. That's not to say that they don't have good entertainment. Certainly Royal Caribbean has some of the best entertainment at sea. They have the excellent lighting system and a great performance, but this is at a different level, and it's very nice. And I think we finally come up with a plan that works a little better for us for the dining and entertainment. We got first sitting after we got on the ship. It hadn't been available prior to boarding, but I did go to the maitre d' and he did assign us to a table. But sometimes if you've been out on an excursion all day and you come back late and you're tired, you're not ready to eat at 6 p.m. And that's what's happened to us a couple of times. The other thing is, dinner takes a long time in the main dining room. It takes at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. And sometimes I just don't feel like doing that. And the other problem I'm having is difficulty hearing on the main floor of the main dining room. There must be hundreds and hundreds of people. They're all talking. And we're at a table for 6. Trying to hear the people across from us, especially if they have, let's say, a Scottish accent or something not normal to our ears, it's very difficult hearing. Now, the usual schedule is we eat at 6, we get done about 7:45. We walk over to the theater for an 8:15 show, which goes to 9. At 9 o'clock, the orchestra starts playing ballroom music in the Queen's room, and they play for about an hour, and, well, no, they play more than that. They play till 11. So that's the plan we've been using. But what we tried tonight really was better, I think. And we had an excursion. We were tired. We came back. We rested. And we got up around 7 o'clock. So we went to the Queen's room from 7:30 to 8:30. There was recorded dance music, and that was good. Ballroom dancers actually like dancing to recorded music rather than live music because the beat is better to dance to. So at 8:30, we went to Deck 3 in the Britannia dining room, which is the open dining section. We walked up to the desk and were immediately given a table for 2. Now, the table for 2 isn't really a table for 2. They have 1, 2, 3, at least 3, sometimes 4 tables lined up, tables for 2, with about this much space in between. So although it's your own table, it's like being at a table for 6 or 8. However, there was only one other person at this grouping. And the interesting thing was that we were served so much faster. We received the menu immediately, and each course was served immediately. There was no long waits in between like you have in the main dining room downstairs with the assigned times. So we were done in about 45 minutes. It was 9:15. We walked next door to the Queen's room, did a little dancing from 9:15 to 10, and at 10 we walked over at the other end of the ship to the theater for the nightly performance. And the interesting thing about that is if you go to the 8:15 performance, it is mobbed. We had to get there at least 20 to 30 minutes early to get any kind of decent seat. And if you get there even 10 minutes before the show starts, you can't get any seat, especially if it's one of the big production shows. And I was so tired of sitting in this really crowded room and having to get there early, we decided to try the 10:15 show. Now, we've gone to that several times, and it is totally amazing. It's about 1/3 full. You can have your choice of seats. We've sat in the front row on the ground level. We have sat in the balcony in the middle front row. I mean, it's all open and available. So apparently most of the people on this ship go to bed very early, and I'm not surprised because it is an older crowd. Yes, it is. And so we enjoyed the show so much without being, there was no one on either side of us. We were on this banquette bench, beautiful, red, comfortable, curved sofa overlooking the stage, and it was so much more enjoyable. So now we're not going to do this every night because tomorrow is one of the galas. It's the black and white gala, and we will go to our assigned seating at 6 p.m. and rejoin our table mates. But this is a good alternative tip that you might want to consider. Of course, if you're an early bird, this probably won't work for you, but if you can stay up a little later, it gives you a lot more freedom of choice. And yes, I'm recording in the bathroom because it's the only quiet place I could think of to do a video recording, and I wanted to get my thoughts on tape, so to speak, while they're still fresh in my mind and not have to wait till I go home. So I hope this isn't echoing too much and it turns out.